There's a simple truth about life that not everyone wants to hear, but I'm going to say it anyway. You have to be ready to stand alone. Nobody is going to walk every step with you. Friends, family, mentors, they're important. But there will come a time when it's just you, when you have to be your own hero. And that's when you'll find out who you really are. Self-reliance is one of the most powerful qualities a person can possess. It's a mindset, a way of living that acknowledges a simple but profound truth at the end of the day. No one is responsible for your survival but you. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be people who care about you, support you, or stand by your side, but even with the best support system in the world, the responsibility for your life and your choices falls squarely on your shoulders. You can't rely on others to pull you through every challenge, to always have the answers, or to guide you through the rough patches. You have to be ready to stand on your own 2 feet, no matter what comes your way. It starts with the realization that the only constant in your life is you. People come and go. Circumstances change. Opportunities rise and fall. But in all of that, you remain. You are the foundation of your own existence. If you build that foundation strong, nothing can shake you. And building that foundation isn't just about physical strength or financial success. It's about cultivating a mindset of independence, of confidence in your own abilities to face life's challenges head on. You see, relying on others can give a false sense of security. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to feel like you've got it all together. But when the road gets tough, when people let you down, or when things don't go as planned, that's when you find out what you're really made of. If you've always leaned on others for support, you might feel lost, unsure of how to navigate without that external guidance. But when you've learned to rely on yourself, you stand firm no matter what happens around you. That's not arrogance, it's self-trust. Self-reliance isn't about rejecting help or isolating yourself. It's about being prepared to handle life whether or not help comes. It's about knowing that if you were left alone tomorrow, you'd find a way to survive, to thrive, because you've cultivated the skills, the resilience, and the mindset necessary to do so. The truth is, no one else can live your life for you. No one else can make your decisions or bear the consequences of those decisions. That responsibility is yours alone. And when you embrace that, you unlock a level of freedom most people will never experience. When you are self-reliant, you don't wait for someone to solve your problems, you find solutions yourself. You don't hope for someone to guide you through the storm, you steer your own ship. And when you do this, when you embrace the fact that no one is responsible for your survival but you, something incredible happens. You become stronger, more capable, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. You realize that the power to shape your life has been in your hands all along. That's when you truly begin to live. Inner strength is the quiet force that sustains you when everything else falls apart. It's not about physical toughness or bravado, but rather the deep, unshakable resilience that lives within your mind and spirit. True resilience doesn't come from the external world, it comes from the inside. When life throws challenges at you, when you're faced with obstacles that seem insurmountable, it's your inner strength that determines whether you crumble under pressure or rise above it. And here's the thing, inner strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate, something you train, and something you must develop over time, especially when you find yourself standing alone. The process of building inner strength starts with the mind. You have to train your mind to be disciplined, focused, and resilient. The way you think determines how you respond to adversity. If your mind is weak, it will look for excuses, blame others, or give in to fear. But when your mind is strong, you take ownership of your situation. You understand that no matter how tough things get, you have the power to control your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. And that's where real strength comes from, the ability to stay calm, composed, and determined even when the world around you feels like it's crumbling. Inner strength isn't just about mental toughness, it's also about your spirit. It's about having a sense of purpose, a reason to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. Your spirit fuels your resilience. It's what gives you the drive to keep pushing forward when things get hard. Life is full of moments where you'll feel tested, moments where it would be easier to quit than to keep fighting. But when you've developed a strong spirit, you understand that these moments are opportunities for growth. They are the moments that forge you, that make you stronger, and that teach you what you're truly capable of. Building inner strength also requires self-awareness. You need to understand your limits, your weaknesses, and your fears, but not to be controlled by them. Instead, you work on them little by little, day by day, until what once seemed like a limitation becomes a point of strength. It's about pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and trusting that no matter what happens, you can handle it. You have to believe in your own ability to endure, to adapt, and to overcome, even when the path is uncertain. And perhaps the most important aspect of inner strength is knowing that you don't need anyone else's validation or approval to thrive. When you can stand alone and trust in yourself, you're not easily swayed by the opinions or judgments of others. You become self-sufficient in your confidence and your resilience. That's when you know you've developed true inner strength, when you can walk through life, face its toughest challenges, and still keep moving forward, knowing that everything you need is already within you. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. It's easy to get comfortable when things are going well, to settle into a routine, and to believe that you've got everything figured out. But the truth is, life rarely goes as planned. Challenges, obstacles, and unexpected events can show up at any moment, and if you're not prepared, they can knock you off course. That's why it's essential to expect the unexpected and be ready to face adversity before it arrives. Preparing for adversity doesn't mean living in fear or constantly worrying about what might go wrong. It's about having the mindset and the tools in place to handle whatever life throws at you. When you accept that challenges are inevitable, you approach life with a different perspective. You don't wait for things to fall apart before you start thinking about how to respond. Instead, you build resilience and strength in advance, so when difficulties arise, you're ready. The first step to expecting the unexpected is to develop a sense of mental flexibility. Life won't always follow your script, so you need to be able to adapt when things change. If you're rigid in your thinking, small disruptions can feel like massive setbacks. But when you're mentally flexible, you understand that change is a part of life and you adjust accordingly. You learn to pivot, to find new solutions, and to keep moving forward even when the path isn't clear. That adaptability is key to surviving and thriving in the face of the unexpected. Another crucial aspect of preparing for adversity is having a plan but not being attached to it. You can't predict every challenge, but you can prepare yourself to handle the general nature of life's unpredictability. This means building up resources, whether it's financial stability, emotional resilience, or a strong support network that will help you weather storms. It's about making sure you have the strength, mentally and physically, to navigate tough times. If you're prepared, you won't panic when life throws a curveball. Instead, you'll remain calm, knowing that you have what it takes to deal with it. Most importantly, expecting the unexpected means cultivating a mindset of persistence. You need to understand that setbacks are not the end of the road. They're part of the journey. When adversity strikes, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged, but when you've already anticipated that challenges will come, you're less likely to be shaken. You accept that life isn't always smooth, but you also trust in your ability to overcome whatever obstacles you face. By preparing for adversity before it arrives, you protect yourself from being caught off guard. You build resilience, adaptability, and a sense of inner strength that ensures you're ready for whatever life brings. When you expect the unexpected, you don't just survive challenges, you come out stronger on the other side. And that's how you stay one step ahead no matter what life throws your way. Adaptability is one of the most powerful traits you can cultivate, especially when you're standing on your own. Life is dynamic, constantly shifting, and filled with unpredictable challenges. The ability to adjust and evolve with those changes is what separates those who thrive from those who struggle. Success, particularly in solitude, requires flexibility and openness to change, a willingness to pivot when necessary, and an understanding that your survival often depends on your ability to adapt. Being adaptable means letting go of rigid expectations about how things are supposed to be. It's easy to create a vision for how your life should unfold, to plan every detail, and to feel secure when things go according to that plan. But the reality is that life rarely follows the script. Circumstances change, and often without warning. If you're too attached to a single way of thinking or a specific plan, you're more likely to feel lost or defeated when things don't go as expected. However, if you've trained yourself to be flexible, you can handle the unexpected with confidence and clarity. Adaptability allows you to see opportunities in what others might view as obstacles. In solitude, the need for adaptability becomes even more critical. When you're on your own, you don't have the luxury of relying on others to fix your problems or to guide you through difficult situations. Adaptability is also about self-awareness. You need to know when to push forward and when to change direction. It requires humility to recognize that the path you're on may no longer be serving you, and courage to shift gears and try something new. This could mean learning new skills, rethinking old habits, or changing your perspective. Success doesn't come from stubbornly sticking to what worked in the past. It comes from evolving as your circumstances change, becoming stronger and smarter with each new experience. Another aspect of adaptability is resilience. Life will test you, especially when you're standing alone. But the person who can adapt doesn't crumble under pressure. They bend, they adjust, and they keep going. That flexibility gives you the strength to navigate through uncertainty without being overwhelmed by it. You become more resourceful, more creative, and more capable of finding solutions that you might not have seen if you were stuck in a fixed mindset. Ultimately, adaptability is about survival, but it's also about growth. Each time you adapt, you're not just reacting to your circumstances, you're evolving into a stronger, more capable version of yourself. You learn to trust your ability to handle change, and that trust empowers you. The more adaptable you are, the more resilient you become, and the more success you'll find, especially in solitude. Because when you can evolve with your circumstances, no challenge is too great, no obstacle too difficult. You become unstoppable. In life, challenges will come, and at times you will find yourself standing alone. But true strength is born in those moments. By embracing self-reliance, you take full ownership of your life. When you develop inner strength, you build the resilience needed to face adversity head-on. And by expecting the unexpected, you prepare yourself to handle whatever life throws your way. Finally, adaptability gives you the power to evolve with your circumstances, ensuring that no matter how tough the road gets, you keep moving forward. In the end, survival and success depend on your ability to navigate life's unpredictability with confidence and courage. Stand tall in your solitude, trust in your ability to overcome, to adapt, and to thrive. Because the truth is, everything you need to survive is already within you. You just have to tap into it, and the rest will follow. So let me ask you this, are you ready to stand alone? Because at the end of the day, that's where you'll find your strength, your purpose, and your true power. Not in who's with you, but in who you become when there's no one else around. Always be ready to survive alone. Because in the end, that's where greatness is born.